Panera.
Brew on it. You're probably right because I'm most of the time.
It might be 135. Nah, I think 134.
You are correct. 134.
Yeah.
You are the champ of the day. You are the winner. You win a Bud Light. All right, here we go. After a week off because of the ice,
Yeah, Burr.
You Can't Make This Up podcast, Kev Nash.
DJ Killa Kev.
Bro, how was your trip in?
It was alright. I got up early, got some coffee in.
Yeah, we ain't got no coffee here right now.
Yeah. I've been up, so I took it easy. Ozzy brothered it all the way in.
I feel you, man. Now, even though the pod didn't happen last week, I still had to come to the studio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good thing we didn't have the pod because I couldn't get into my car for at least 20 minutes. Frozen shut. I had to wait for the remote start to really kick in, really open the door. So I finally got in the car, man. So if we'd have had the pod, we'd have started like a whole hour late.
Right. Quick catch up since we had a week off. I had a wedding the day of that big storm we had.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it was supposed to snow all day and it hadn't. And I'm like, this wedding gonna be terrible. And then longer it got, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be cool. It had snow. I got done, opened that door. I was like, yo, it really happened. It was a good, 7, 8 inches.
And then the temperature dropped.
Yeah, man.
Ice capades, man. But we back at the grind, man. We got special guests in the building. This is what we do on the pod, man. If we make you wait, we gotta come with some heat.
We do. And this guy, man, he's new to the pod. We are happy to have him. Affiliated with Moves Media, Mr. SleekoGotBars. What up?
Yes, sir. SGB, Sleeko Got Bars, Sleeko Got Bangers, Sleeko Got Bands, whatever you want to call me, man. Thank y'all for having me.
All one word.
Yes, sir. All one word. Capital S, capital G, capital B.
Now, before we get into everything, man, I see you got a Knicks jersey on.
I'm not a Knicks fan.
Okay.
I'm not a Knicks fan, man. It just look good on me.
Okay, there it is. Now,
you know how we do.
Exactly. Because I'm a big Melo fan. I was going to ask you about Carmelo. Is he ever going to play in the NBA again? But since you don't care.
I think, didn't he just go to Chicago? I think Melo just went to Chicago.
They're about to cut him. They're about to get rid of that.
He just got paid.
Yeah, more money.
You know what I don't like? I don't like how everybody's putting the blame on Carmelo right now.
There we go.
Everywhere he goes,
get into it.
Everybody's putting the blame on Carmelo Anthony. I feel like Carmelo Anthony in the right system could still come out, start, and drop 20 to 22 a game. I really believe
I
that.
concur.
Now, granted, I'm an LBJ guy. I'm an LBJ guy. But you know that I'm a big fan of that whole draft class. What was that, 03, 04?
Yeah.
Big fan of that whole draft class.
Lots of rumors that he's going to end up in LA.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But the real reason we here, man, you got some new heat for the street, man. You got a new project that's out, man. Talk about it.
Good Spirits, Bad Vibes. Stream it everywhere. Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify. It's everywhere. It's everywhere under Moves Media. You just type SleekoGotBars, Good Spirits, Bad Vibes. 10 records, straight fire. No cap in my rap. Make sure y'all check that out, man. It's crazy. I'm everywhere with it. The streets going crazy right now.
Dope. So where you from? Like, tell us a little bit about where you from, how you got started with all this.
Well, I was actually born in Marysville, Ohio. My mom, she was doing a bid. But that's another story for, whenever. But I was actually raised in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Raised by my father, my stepmom. Left home at the age of 15. I got in the studio for the first time, I think I was 13 years old.
Okay.
I've been making music for about as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
My father, he was actually lead vocals and played bass guitar in a glam rock band. They were called Scarecrow back in the day in the local area. And they did like the Oregon Strip.
Yeah.
They would go to like Cincinnati, Columbus, and rock like that. So the music kind of was always just, it was in me. It's in my DNA. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? High school, you know what I mean? I spent more time in the studio than I did at school, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
What high school did you go to?
I started out in Middledale. I went to Middledale for like 2 weeks.
The Lions?
Yeah, Middledale Lions. I left the Dale, went to Vandalia Butler, and I stayed there till probably end of my sophomore year. And around that time is when I left home. I've been on my own since 15.
Okay.
So I ended up enrolling in life skills, but that didn't work out. I was out here just doing what I had to do and trying to survive and working a job, running track, making music at the same time and trying to balance all that. So school didn't really work out for me, but, we here now. It's a blessing to still be here. It's a blessing to, be alive. It's a blessing to be in the position that I'm in, to be able to create at such a high level. And I think that's what's got me through a lot of those times, a lot of those situations.
Obviously, you've been through a lot. You're putting all that into your music as well, right? Yeah. People can hear your story in your music.
Yeah. No cap in my rap, man. Like I say all the time, man. If you gonna make music, if you gonna speak from a first person perspective, speak on what's real. Yeah. Tell us what's real. We want to know the real you. And that might not go for everybody, because I like the mumble rap. I like the the new wave. I like all that stuff too. But I can only speak from my experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the music that I make, I think there's a lot of other people that can relate to it as well.
Talk about it. Let's talk about the kind of music you do make. Talk about the how would you describe it? How would you describe your flow for someone that's not?
It's ghetto gospel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I like to call it ghetto gospel, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's music. It's therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? My music is therapeutic. When I write, like my creative process is so crazy, because I might be at McDonald's, or I might be at JJ's Fish and Chicken in line ordering some food, and a couple bars that come to my head, or I'm going through something, or I'm going through a situation, or I'm going through it with my girl, or my baby mama, or just whatever, and a couple lines that come to my head. So, as far as like my creative process, it's kind of just me living my everyday life. It's not really like, I don't just say, okay, I need to go to the studio this day at this time. Mm-hmm. So I might be working on one song for 2 weeks. Yeah. My manager might not hear nothing about it. Yeah. He might just get an email one day like, something I just dropped. And where'd this come from? I had this in a clip. You know what I mean? But like I said, a lot of people really relate to the things that I talk about. The topics that I touch on, the struggle. And I think at the end of the day, my main message is just walking with faith. Yeah. You go through things, you go through the trials and tribulations of everyday life, but as long as you walk with faith, you can get through it. So that's my main message. That's my main thing. That's the main thing that I'm trying to push to the people. Walk with faith, you'll get through it.
Dope.
So when you eventually, quote unquote, make it,
okay,
you talk about the struggle now, the struggle you're going through continuously. When you make it and the struggle is not what it is now, where's your inspiration going to come from?
It's always a different struggle. You know what I mean? Even Diddy got his own version of the struggle.
Right.
50 got his own version of the struggle. You know what I'm saying? But they walk with faith, man. And they wake up every morning and they put their suit and their tie on, and they put however they coming for the day, and they walk out the door and they walk with faith. And that's, like I said, that's always going to be my message. No matter what you're going through, no matter what your situation is, walk with faith, man. Yeah. Walk with faith and continue to strive and continue to go hard for what you believe in. Stay 10 toes down. Stay solid with your people. You know what I'm saying? Ride for your family. Ride for your homeboys. Ride for your significant other, regardless. And I think that's something that the people need to hear right now.
Yeah. I just got introduced to your music, and I believe it's Murder, She Wrote. Is that the...
Yeah, Murder, She Wrote.
Is that the lead single? Okay,
lead single, yeah.
Talk about that, because that's on fire. I've been listening to it. It's been stuck at that... It's been catchy. It's a catchy tune stuck in my head, and I just talk about that.
Murder, She Wrote came about, actually, I had, I don't know if y'all have heard the project, but I actually wrote for the one time, the same day I wrote Murder, She Wrote, and recorded them both the same day. I was online beat shopping, and came across Lexi Banks, who's one of my favorite online producers, and I actually was drawn to, for the one time, the beat for the one time at first. So they had like a little beat special going on where like you buy one and you get another one for free.
BOGO!
Yeah, so and that's always good. You're an artist and you see that, you clicking on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's always a draw. That's always a draw.
Shoot, I know about that from shopping with my girl when she's going on the makeup shopping spree. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, they got mascara, buy one, get one.
Yeah. So yeah, I just, like I said, I was online shopping for beats. I wasn't even really in the direction of making a project. I just was making music. I was just in a creative spirit. Yeah. So, like I said, I had came across the For the One Time beat, and as I kept scrolling, I'm like, I need to find another one. I need to find it. As soon as it came on, as soon as that beat came on, I heard that sample come on with that like eerie, gory, like choir sort of sound, or whatever that sample is. I was like, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I wrote Murder, She Wrote probably 45 minutes. I got on the horn with Christian Delamos. Shout out Christian Delamos, who engineered the session. Like, hey, I got one. I need to come drop this right now. Yeah. So, yeah, we went and we did the track, and honestly, I didn't really think too much of the record. But the more people that I played it for, oh, you got you one. This need to be the next video, which ended up being the next video. Make sure y'all go check that out too, by the way. Shot by CEO Peso. Shout out CEO Peso.
Peso, what up, boy?
YouTube, SleekoGotBars on YouTube. Make sure y'all go subscribe. But yeah, that's how it came about. I was just kind of scrolling, and for the one time was like the main record I was thinking about. But then when I got the beat from her, she was like, oh yeah, it's a go. Yeah, let's get it.
You still pen to pad when you write?
I'm in the iPhone.
Okay.
I'm in the iPhone. I'm not one of them guys that can come in the studio and just go off the top, because I like to really take my time with my music. You know what I mean? I take pride in getting the thought out exact. I might go back and change one word in a verse. It might be one word. It might be one word too many in one of my verses. I might go back and change the whole verse just because I don't like how that one word fit in there. Yeah. I'm not one of them guys that can go in there and just, I hear the beat. First of all, shout out to them type of artists. If you can just walk in the studio and you can just off the top, you just off top got a hit record, you just off top got a banger, I salute you, because I got to sit down with mine and let it marinate for a little bit so I can really get the idea and the direction of where I'm trying to go with that record.
Yeah, man, when that whole thing came about, like Jay-Z said it, like, yeah, I don't write, I write in my head. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, Wayne said it. But those are spitters. Yeah. And then the mumble rap dude started doing it. Yeah. And it's a big difference between Jay-Z and Wayne than the mumble rap guys. Definitely. I think it's I think more dudes still need to do the iPhone writing or pen to paper.
I just like taking a little time with it. I like taking my time with it. I don't like to rush the music. Now there are a couple records, like I think my last session, my tape dropped, the project dropped January 18th. I think my last recording session was the 11th. Mm-hmm. So like the week before that, I did my last session, and I did the last two records, which was 1913 Glory Road and Angels Walk With Me. By the way, Angels Walk With Me is my favorite track on the project. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Good Spirits.
You said it's 10 tracks too?
Yeah, 10 tracks, all the flame. You already
know. So were you putting out, like, back in the days when we had hard copy CDs? Were you still in that era? Where you?
I still do it now.
Okay.
I only did it's crazy because my manager Jason Lee, shout out Jason Lee.
He's not here.
He's not here at all. But yeah, Jason, he was just kind of like, you know, we shouldn't do hard copies. You know, this is the flash drive, aux cord, Bluetooth era, blah, 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 blah. But it was so many people requesting in my DMs and my inboxes on social media. By the way, follow me on Instagram, SleekoGotBars. Yeah. SleekoGotBars on Facebook. SleekoGotBars on Twitter. Yeah. But it was so many people requesting it, like, that it was like, okay, let me go get a small batch, you know what I'm saying? I reached out to a cat by the name of Bangadi. Shout out Bangadi. I went and got some hard copies pressed up, and they went in like 24 hours. Yeah. Quick. Quick. And I pressed up like 50. I think the first go around I pressed up 50. And it's crazy because as soon as I pressed them up, my pops actually came and copped 2 of them and spent 100 with me. So shout out to my dad, man. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy support, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, him just knowing what it takes to create, you know what I'm saying? Because they came from an era where they was doing everything on instrument. You know what I mean? He was in a rock band. It's a little bit different when you're in a band and you gotta coincide with your other musicians and play everything out versus, you know, sitting down digitally and creating. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of respect for him, and he just, you know, he was like, you know what? He's like, Sleep, you know what I mean? He was like, it almost sounds like I'm listening to the radio when I listen to you. So to get that approval from him, it's crazy. Yeah.
You can see making some music with your old man?
I want to, you know what I mean? I thought about doing an acoustic version of Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, I think that would be dope.
Just for, you know, just for the tube. You know what I mean? By the way, YouTube, SleekoGotBars. Make sure y'all go subscribe.
I know Nas made a track with his old man. I think that'd be pretty dope.
Oh, to bridge the gap. Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing that. Maybe that's something I'll highlight him about a little later and see how you feel about, you know, getting back in the game with his young OG.
No, we come from a place, Dayton, where there's a lot of silent haters and a lot of silent love as well.
I don't see him. I don't hear him.
Where is your first lane of attack when you pushing something or promoting something? Are you trying to get it to the street? You trying to get it on the net? You trying to get, like, what's the artist's first lane?
Everywhere. Obviously we were living in a social media era. Yeah. So when everything uploaded, when all my music was ready to drop on the 18th, obviously the first place I went was my Facebook for my family and friends. Yeah. My Instagram, which is where a lot of my fan base comes from, and Twitter. Yeah. the streets pick up on it from there, because you gotta think the streets is on the internet too.
Yeah.
The street cats is on the internet all day too, and they out doing what they gotta do, providing for their family. They scrolling on the net just like somebody who go work their 9 to 5. So
that's what I'm saying.
I think it all kind of ties in together, for real, to be honest with you.
When you have music to put out, you know, for me it always seems like it's always the question of, do I just tackle this digitally? Do I get up some hard copies? How much of that do I spend on hard copy? You know what I'm saying?
For the artists out there right now, I learned people still want CDs. They might want it just for decoration. They might not even want it to put in, because you can go on Apple Music and get it. You can go buy it on iTunes. You can go on Spotify and get Good Spirits, Bad Vibes. By the way, first of all, only place that I haven't, and it's not yet, I haven't put it on SoundCloud. It's not on SoundCloud, but I am on SoundCloud. You can follow me on SoundCloud, SleekoGotBars. Just like everything else, it's all one word, capital S, capital G, capital B. And it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely still get hard copies, because it's a nice little way to hustle. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a product. A1 sell itself. And this Good Spirits Bad Vibes project is A1. Certified dope. You know what I mean? I ain't really got a bad review on it yet. Now, I'm sure there's people out there who heard it, oh, man, it's all right. You know, just because they don't want to see me in that light. Yeah. And that's okay. That's okay too. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram at SleekoGotBars. Make sure you go follow me on Twitter. The new video for Murder, She Wrote, shot by CEO Peso, is out right now on YouTube. It's going bananas. The blog sites is picking it up, and we rocking, man. It's Sleeko season, man. Sleeko 2K19, baby. Yeah.
So you hooked up with the homie Jay Lee, even though he's not here. How'd that relationship start?
He reached out to me. Yeah, shout out Moves Media. That's the corporation right now, man. You know, we on the rise, man. And he actually just hit me up one day through the text, like, yo, I wanted to meet up with you and chop it up about some things. And crazy part is when I met up with him, on my way in, I wasn't even walking in thinking he was gonna, hey, you know, let's pick this, let's pick it back up, let's do this, let's do that. I wasn't expecting none of it. He just basically reached out and said, hey, I've been listening to what you've been dropping, because I still was active on SoundCloud. I was still putting out freestyles here, a couple records here, a couple records there. He was just like, I believe me and you could take it to that level. And the idea that he presented and where his mindset was at, it just instantly drew me in. Yeah. I left and went straight to the studio.
Moves Media.
Shout out to Moves Media. Yeah. Quick PSA. Moves Media did Book Your Boy. February 7th. Promo. For those that are listening, February 7th, man, they starting a new vibe at Therapy Cafe. R&B Thursdays. It's going to be an R&B night.
I will be in the building for that as well. Yeah. Make sure y'all come out February 7th. It's going to be live.
It will.
Yeah, it's going to be
Killa Kev on the tables. I'm excited. We got Mr. I forget how you go by. What is it, Monty? What is it? What's the new
Monetary Lingo.
Monetary Lingo.
AKA Cognac Jones.
Will be hosting.
Shout out my man Cognac Jones.
It's gonna be a good time.
We got some new material on the way as well.
Yeah. Quick PSA.
Yeah. Now Killa, this is an R&B set. Are you gonna be in your bag?
Let me tell you something. I have been digging through this music since I got booked. Every day it's like homework. I've been digging, right? So I already got the set, the folder, solid. It's about 1,400 songs in there. So, and no R. Kelly. So
I was such a, I had it locked and loaded.
Yeah. I saw it in your face.
Don't be stealing my jokes, man.
134 episodes, brother.
How you gonna do that? Yeah.
But I really have, man. And I also, for those, I've been getting questions. Like, it's not, it ain't just couple inspired. You can bring your couple if you want to, but you can be single and roll through, and it ain't just gonna be slow jam. It's gonna be music that's R&B inspired. It's gonna be, you're gonna hear a rap verse over some R&B too. So it's gonna be cool.
Sounds like lots of bottles of wine.
It's gonna be a vibe for sure. It's gonna be a Thursday night vibe for sure.
Okay. I might have to talk to a certain lady I'm married to and drag her out the house one time for the one time.
I've been there for the one time.
Yeah. We 2019. What's the push? What's the move? What's the hustle? Like,
right now, the main focus is Good Spirits, Bad Vibes. Just reaching more and more people.
You doing more video projects with them?
Yeah. I gotta. It's crazy because we put the Murder, She Wrote out video out, and it does follow a storyline. Make sure y'all go check that out. YouTube, SleekoGotBars, Murder, She Wrote. The next video is actually gonna backtrack before we running out the trap house. We running out the trap house from the police, boom, boom, boom. But the next video, you'll actually find out why.
Okay.
So it backtracks, like, it ties the whole story together. We kind of want to keep the same storyline for the whole project. Because it's a movie. I mean, the project, have y'all heard the project?
Yeah, well, I've heard just the Murder, She Wrote.
It's a movie. It's a movie. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Good Spirits, Bad Vibes. You know, it's everywhere. But, the next video, we're going to backtrack and kind of just tie the story in a little bit more. Yeah. And other than that, man, just build more awareness. I got another project lined up. I'm already just about done with that. Date to be announced. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna put it to y'all like this.
So
we're gonna tear the summer up though. We're gonna tear the club scene up. I mean, like Good Spirits, Bad Vibes was more serious. It was more direct and personal. Next project, like I said, the date to be announced. We're gonna tear the summer up. Yeah. We're gonna tear these clubs up. We're gonna tear these festivals up. We're gonna turn up one time. I'm telling y'all.
With the speed of how music is consumed, how much time do you spend on a project pushing? You know, promo and getting it out there before you get inspired to start moving on to something else?
Well, we started the promo push for Good Spirits, Bad Vibes, I think, in November. Okay. But I was already like 2 records in on my next project. Yeah. I was still working on Good Spirits, like finishing it, the final touches, perfecting the records, but we was already on the next joint. Yeah, so, and you got to think that the attention span of people, with so many people making music and music dropping so frequently, people are listening to a project for a week, 2 weeks tops, waiting on the next stuff to drop, waiting on the next artist to drop. Oh, well, this person dropping on the 20th. Oh, okay, but such and such dropped the 27th. I'm gonna bang this all week. Then when that drop, I'm gonna put this in on the shelf, and now I'm on to this. So
yeah, over the summer with so much music dropping, I didn't even get a chance to listen to the T.I. until recently.
It's crack. It's crack.
That's how bad it was. I had to have that Thanksgiving drive to Cleveland to finally get a chance to listen to T.I. Who would say you wouldn't listen to T.I.? It's just so much music to consume. There's so much out there.
You're going to be in that artist lane. You got to really,
big shout out to Tips, too. That's my favorite rapper of all time.
Oh, really?
Tip, yeah, okay. That's my favorite rapper.
Who else in the playlist?
Right now?
Yeah. I
mean, obviously, Good Spirits is in the playlist. But I'm a big Starlito fan. Big Starlito fan. I love the message. You know, he talked that real streetish. You know what I'm saying? And I relate to a lot of his music. I'm a big Kevin Gates fan. Other than that, I listen to beats. Yeah. I'm so focused on creating. I really don't. I'll give an album a listen a few times. You know, if I'm rocking with it, shout it out. If not, I gave it the run, and I keep it moving. But right now, I'm just trying to focus on this Good Spirits, Bad Vibes push, and remain creative, remain innovative, and get ready to drop the next project, the next set of videos.
I hear from a lot of artists like that. They like yourself. They listen to an album on a run through, see what they like, see what they don't like, but they don't like to really get in depth with albums because they don't want other artists influencing their music. They don't want to sound like somebody else by default. Like, oh man, I've been rocking with this so long. That's slowly but surely I sound like this person.
It's like you rock with it so hard, and you such a fan of it, you start creating like that because you're such a big fan of it. Like, I was that way when I was younger. You know what I mean? Before I kind of found my own direction, I would listen to like Urban Legend or King, and I would even do the what? Yeah, I was doing all that. Like, I thought I was T.I. I had my hat on crooked and all that, but, I had to stop letting that influence my creative process, you know what I'm saying? Because that is true, you know what I mean? You listen to something so much, you listen to it for so long, you start not imitating it on purpose, it just kind of happens in your creative process. Like I said, I'm listening to more instrumental than anything.
Yeah. For those that haven't got it, what's the social media? Spell it out for them so they can make sure they get the following.
SleekoGotBars, capital SLEEKO, capital GOT, capital BARS. SleekoGotBars. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud. That's it.
Yeah.
Very dope.
By the way, let me clarify something. They don't call me SleekoGotBars because I can sit here and rap about this microphone for 30 minutes, or because I can rap about the mixing board, or rap about the booth, or you know what I mean, or rap about your shoes and give you 30 punchlines about your shoes. They call me SleekoGotBars because of the message, because of the intent behind my music. Like, you gotta think about like a Tupac. Granted, I'm not comparing myself to Tupac for anybody that's listening. This Tupac is a GOAT in my eyes. But Tupac wasn't the most lyrical, like, as far as wordplay. He wasn't like a tongue-twisty rapper that was rapping about everything around him. But his message, his intent, he had bars.
Yeah.
Sleeko got bars. I'm giving you real content. I'm giving you real meaning behind these bars. Yeah. Every trip. Yeah. Good spirits, bad vibes. Y'all go check that out.
Now, I heard you say a lot, man, walking by faith. How does your faith handle you when you were a kid? Because you said you left home at the age of 15. Did you find faith at that time or after?
I think it was always in me, because there's plenty of times I could have folded. You know, there's plenty of times as I got older I was homeless. You know, I've slept on couches, I've slept in studios, I've slept in storage space. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through the trials and tribulations of hard life. I've been hungry. You know what I mean? I've been in situations, and I've went through phases where I had nothing and I had nobody. And by the grace of God, I've been able to overcome those situations by walking with faith and by knowing, okay, if I take these steps, every day I wake up and I take these steps to better myself, my situation over time will get better, and ultimately it has.
Dope.
I'm excited to get into this project. When somebody comes in with some energy, it always helps. When you're listening to something new, you know, a lot of times you just get a name and go check out this link, you know. But when you get to talk with somebody, chop it up, it make you want to dig into some music and see what he's talking about. So I'm excited to get into the project.
I'll put it like this. I'll have my review next week. I got a new listening, something new to listen to for these terrible 5 a.m. workouts. Yeah. Hopefully you can get me through them.
I didn't have people say it done got them through some things. I've had people reach out and say, you know, you got me looking at my situation with my old lady different. You got me looking at, you know, I'm struggling with this, and I'm struggling with mental health or anxiety and depression, and listening to the aggression in your music done help me through that, and that's my goal. Everybody's idea of success is different. A lot of people think, oh, if I make $1 million, I'm successful. Or if I buy my mama a house, I'm successful. I feel like I'm successful already, and I'm just getting started. Just the people that I've reached already, that's successful. If you walk out of here right now and you say, hey, and you hit my line, you say, Sleeko, I ain't gonna lie, I was listening to the mob and what you was talking, you was talking about your mom, and you was talking about, you know, the climate in the city, blah, 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 blah. That really helped me get, I won. Yeah. We won. You know what I'm saying? We did that together. I put it together. You listened to it. You took it in. You know what I'm saying? So that's my version of success, is just reaching as many people as I can who can feel what I have to offer, who can feel what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And as far as, like, you know, you had mentioned like the haters, and we don't pay Moves Media. We don't pay none of that attention. Yeah. Because we don't make music for them. We make music for people who appreciate what we have to offer, what we have to bring to the table. We don't pay attention to, you know, anything negative. It's all positive vibes.
Yeah, 100.
Dope. Be definitely on the lookout for it. It's gonna be at a festival near you this summer. Don't kill the summer. We're gonna tear the summer up. We're gonna tear the summer up. Like I said, Good Spirits, Bad Vibes. Y'all go check that out. Streaming everywhere. If you got an iPhone, it's on iTunes. It's on Apple Music. You got an Android, it's on Google Play. You can go check it out. It's on Tidal. Deezer. Oh.
Yeah, it's everywhere. So yeah. Shout out Hov. You know what I'm saying? Shout out everything Hov got going on. One of the GOATs in my eyes as well. But yeah, Good Spirits, Bad Vibes. We're gonna tear 2019 up.
Now, you said the next project, which is untitled, is going to have a different vibe from this one. How do you mean?
It's going to be the same content. It's going to be real. But I just mean the energy is going to be a little bit more fun.
Okay.
Because this project was kind of serious. You know what I mean? Just because I like when I'm putting together a project, I look at like the weather like it's cold, it's bitter out, it's snowing. You know what I'm saying? These the trenches. These is the months that you in the trenches running it up. You walking outside with that ski mask on and that beanie on, and you getting to the money, and you running up summertime. You want to party, you want to have fun, you want to go swimming, you want to take the kids to Kings Island, you want to, you know what I'm saying, you want to get on that airplane, you want to go to Cali, you want to spin that bag. So that's the next project is going to be a little bit more light on the energy. Same real content, but just a little more fun.
Yeah, definitely. Now, can we get some bars? Can we get a couple bars? I mean, do you mind spitting acapella for us?
Yeah, come on. Can I cuss?
You can do whatever you
want. All right, check.
Hey, it's a podcast.
Podcast Sunday.
Right. I ain't got nothing but door on my schedule. Dope with the flow in that booth. I go federal. Bring your bitch through. She get fucked on the sectional. Sleeko the God. I come through like the Reverend. I am the one. I think I'm Keanu Reeves off in that box. I feel like Apollo Creed off in that twat. I'm no beginner. I move like a winner. You move like a nominee. These are the days of our lives. Pain in our eyes. Mindful of wisdom that came from the wise. I made mistakes and I learned from them all. My reputation was tainted at times. I jumped when I should have been patient at times. Love when I should have been hateful at times. If it's beef, it's because these niggas ain't of our kind. If they creeped, then the consequence came with a 9. Hey, coming from a place though, niggas can't escape, bro. Looking for a scapegoat, put it in your vein, ho. Sleep God, get to work, make it breathe, stretch, shake like a mace flow. Niggas better lay low. Black clouds in my town. A lot of niggas left home and never came home. Niggas talk big shit. Same niggas doing nothing for their kids. Do it all for the fame, though.
I need some bars. Bars. Sleeko got bars. One more time on the social media.
I'm everywhere, man. Sleeko got bars. YouTube. Make sure y'all go subscribe to YouTube. Murder She Wrote is out right now. The video is bananas. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. SleekoGotBars, all one word. Make sure y'all add me on Facebook, SleekoGotBars, and I'm on Twitter, SleekoGotBars, everywhere. Sleeko, 2K19, Good Spirits, Bad Vibes, just everywhere. You dig?
Moves Media.
Yeah. Moves Media all day, every day.
Killa, you're DJing somewhere.
I am. February 7th, Therapy Cafe. Bring your boo or come get one.
He said come get one.
Bring your boo or come get one, because it's going to be a party.
R&B therapy.
R&B therapy.
I will be in the building, too. It's
there
going to be
it is,
live and direct.
You Can't Make This Up podcast. Kev Nash.
DJ Killa Kev.
We out.
Peace.
Dope.
Great one, bro.